Do you enjoy finding new ways to escape from school and work? Euchre is a great way to take time away from classes, work, and other stresses. It can be a little bit confusing at first, but once you get started, you'll be hooked. A game of Euchre begins with a setup. You need 4 people to play, and there will be 2 teams of 2. In Euchre, you refer to your teammate as your partner. Not all of the cards are used in Euchre. You use what's called the Euchre deck, which are 9s through aces, and then you use the 5s to keep score. Games of Euchre are played to 10. Once you understand the setup, you need to familiarize yourself with the language. There are a few key words to know when you're playing Euchre. The first one is hand. Hands are displayed here. Each person has 5 cards in their hand. The next word is trick. A trick is when each person plays a card, and the winner, the person who played the highest card, wins that trick. The next word is trump. Trump is probably the most important word in Euchre because it denotes which suit is the most powerful for a given hand. The next word is bower. A bower refers to the 2 highest cards in a given hand. These are the jacks. The first highest jack is the jack of the suit that's deemed trump. The second highest is the jack of the same color. The last word to know is the kitty. The kitty is the last 4 cards left over after each player has 5 cards, and that's just set right here next to the dealer. These are not the only important words in Euchre, but you learn as you go. The last thing to go over are the rules. The rules can be confusing at first, but you learn by continuing to play. The first rule in Euchre, and probably the most important one, is to follow suit. Following suit just means that whoever leads a card first, each player that follows must play the same suit. If they don't have that suit, they can play trump or an offsuit, depending on who's winning the trick already. But if they do have the same suit, then they must play it. If they don't follow suit, then that can lead to the other team getting points if they notice by the end of the hand. The next rule is that cards are dealt 2 times around the table. Each player gets 5 cards, and they must be given to them by going around the table twice. So if this person deals, they can deal each player 2 cards, and then 3, or 4 then 1, or 1 then 4, however they want to do it, as long as they go around the table only 2 times. Play begins with the person to the left of the dealer. So in this situation, if I'm the dealer, this player will go first. Play starts at the end of dealing. The top card of the kitty is flipped upwards, and this card has the potential to become trump. This player goes first by either ordering this card up to be trump or passing. If they order it up, that means the dealer must take this card into their hand and then discard a card, so that each player still has 5 cards. If they pass, then it continues around the table, and each person has the opportunity to either order that card up or pass. If everyone passes, this card is then flipped over, and play continues to the left. This first person has the opportunity to call trump or pass. If they have a lot of one suit, then they might want to call trump. If they don't have a very good hand, then they're going to pass. If everybody at the table passes, and it gets back to the dealer must choose a suit, and this is known as screwing the dealer. Points depend on who called trump and which team wins the most tricks. So if this person calls trump, and he and his partner together get the majority of the tricks, then they will get points. If they get 3 or 4 tricks, they get 1 point. If they get all 5 tricks, then they get 2 points. If this person calls trump and this team gets the majority of the tricks, that's known as a euchre, and that team gets 2 points. In euchre, there are loner hands. And so if a player calls a suit as trump, they have the opportunity to go alone. If they have a very good hand and they're confident and they can get all of the tricks themselves without the help of their partner, then it might be a good idea for them to go alone. If a player goes alone, their partner is out of play. Play begins, and if the person who goes alone takes all of the tricks, then they get their team 4 points. If they don't get all the tricks, but they still get the majority, so 3 or 4 tricks, then they get 1 point for their team. If they go alone and the other team takes the majority of the tricks, it's a euchre and the other team still gets just 2 points. So that's how the game of euchre is played. It's a great way to take a break from everyday stresses like school and work. Now go find 3 of your friends and get a game started. Just keep in mind that once you start, you won't want to stop.